may be the first name in outdoor fun with toys like the hula hoop, the Super Ball, and slip and slide, and many more. And this year, they're celebrating 75 years of bringing joy to playgrounds everywhere with a special edition of the legendary WhamO Frisbee. Todd Richards is the president of WhamO, which sort of makes him the Willy Wonka of toys. And he joins us from the company's headquarters in California. Happy anniversary, Todd.
Well, thank you, and good morning. How are you?
Good. So what makes a good WhamO toy?
You know, the thing that makes a great WhamO toy is something that encourages people to be playing together. Everything we do is engaging with other people or other kids. And my favorite part of every WhamO product is there really are no instructions and no rules. So kids are making up or parents are making up play as they go along.
So where did some of these legendary toy ideas come from?
Yeah, that's another interesting part of, we have our own product development team, and WhamO always has had a product development team. But many of our products come from outside inventors and sometimes even parents that are coming up with products. Like Frisbee, for example, was a World War II pilot. There was an aeronautical engineer came up with this idea to come up with it with a flying toy. They presented it to WhamO, and it became now one of our most iconic products in our category.
How are you celebrating 75 years?
So we have, right over my shoulder here, we are offering a limited edition Ultimate Frisbee, which signifies our 75 years as a company. We've gone back to our roots as this is a product that we're making right here in California, just like we did back 70 years ago with our very first product, a WhamO Slingshot. We have a bunch of different things that are going on with the local area. The company founded here in the Los Angeles area. We've done a couple of grassroots things in those communities. We've done some events down at the beaches. So it's kind of fun. It's a homespun kind of feel to it. We're a small company.
Yeah. So there's so many gadgets today, so much technology. How do you keep the attention of kids today?
Yeah, that's the hard part, as you know, and I'm sure you've experienced. These kids are all on screens today. So it's like, we're trying to kind of reach back into the youth of a lot of those kids' parents or even grandparents in those cases. In my case, I have a 3-year-old grandson that is kind of now our test subject. I put stuff in front of him all the time. But what we found, especially during the COVID time, was people needed to get outside and away from their screens. And it was the first time parents in particular realized how important it was to get their kids back outside and playing and getting them off the screen. And our products were perfect for that. Slip and slides and hula hoops and Frisbees. They had no choice but to be outside to use our products.
So we've been talking a lot about the Frisbee, and I understand that wasn't always the name. What was it originally called?
Well, originally it was called the Pluto Platter. And when it was launched as the Pluto Platter, the team at WhamO was like, it's a neat name. And at the time, you know, the missions to the moon and different things were becoming very popular. But there was a pie company in Connecticut that was called Frisbee Pies that they were college kids throwing those pie tins around the campuses, and it was called Throwing Frisbees. And the company kind of picked up on that. We were able to, way back when, get a trademark on that name working with the pie company, and they became Frisbee. And now it's one of the most iconic names in the whole world. People often refer to the sport as Frisbee, which, you know, it's flying disc, but we can say Frisbee.
For sure. So where did the name WhamO come from?
That is a great story. So the two founders of the company started this, they started basically in a garage. They were making wooden slingshots that they were selling through advertisements and comic books. And when they were, those first prototypes that they were making in the garage, their children were shooting in the backyard. And every time they hit a target, had this kind of saying that they were amongst each other. They'd throw the slingshot, hit the target, and whammo, I got it again. And Arthur and Rich, who are the two founders of the company back in 1948, said, what a great name for the company. If kids are having this much fun, and came up with a slogan or a name just by using the product, it's a perfect name, WhamO.
So we have a little time left. Are you still looking for new ideas for toys?
Every day we're looking for new ideas. In fact, one of our most popular sites on our WhamO website, www.whamo.com, is, do you have an idea? And we probably get between 10 to 15 idea submissions a week from people all over the world. It's really fascinating to see what people are coming up with, and it's not just professional inventors or engineers. It's moms, it's dads, it's aunts, uncles that are working in their basement or garage, just like our founders did 75 years ago.
Awesome. I'll see what I can brainstorm for you.
We'd love it. Send it in.
Yeah. So happy anniversary again. And
Thank you very much.
And you can find out more about the 75th anniversary and all things WhamO at their website, wham-o.com.